From contour sticks to pouty lips, there's no end when it comes to beauty products causing a stir on your social media account. But which ones are worthy of all the bzz, buzz versus wah, wah, total bust? Dr. Batra is here to give us the scoop on a few of them, starting with what?
So this is the first one. This is the Coola SPF 30 Sun Silk Drops. And these are taking over your social media feed because they're very lightweight, they're transparent. And the idea is, in contrast to a regular kind of typical sunscreen, they're very liquid and you can mix them into other things. So if people are mixing them with their makeup and with their lotion, and sort of the idea is you turn anything into their sunscreen. So I love that SPF is trending on social media. This, like, as a dermatologist, makes my day. I had some thoughts. I put this to the test, and it is very lightweight. It's very silky. I have some issues with the fact that they called this 70% organic. To be totally clear, this is a completely chemical block. So the active ingredients that are not the mineral, zinc, or titanium that we consider to be kind of the most effective broad spectrum blocks, but also the most organic molecules. The other thing is, for this 1 ounce bottle that you're seeing us use on stage, this is $46. So basically, when you want to get that SPF on the label, you're using 2 entire droppers full to get that amount. So you're going to burn through this pretty quickly, especially if you're mixing it into your other products.
And your husband or boyfriend grabs it and starts putting it all over his body.
And you're
going to grab that quick and go, you're in trouble.
Isn't this one of the problems, is that the mineral-based sunscreens by nature are going to be a little thicker, and so things like this that blend in really nicely, usually it's more of a chemical sunscreen. Is that fair to say? If you're using a mineral block, I don't know about you, but every time I put a mineral block on, which I tend to use, it's there. It's there.
It's there, and it's relatively hard to remove.
It's true, but there are more and more cosmetically elegant formulations of mineral blocks that we're now seeing, which is really a blessing, because we've been talking about mineral blocks for decades. Because you remember those lifeguards that had the big white stripes down their nose, and that's what everybody thinks of when they think of zinc. But now they have micronized forms, which really do go on very sheer. You can get them tinted. I use a tinted SPF 30 every day, rain or shine. And
so that's I know you go with the mineral block.
Absolutely.
And I know this is expensive, but are you saying buzz or bust?
So I think it's maybe not an everyday product, but I would say this definitely has buzz.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We wanted to see how well it worked, so we put it to the test with a UV camera. Yeah, those kind of photos.
Yeah.
The left tester is a bare-faced tester. The right is with the Coola SPF. Here's another photo comparing the Coola Sun Silk Drops to a mineral sunblock. Dr. B, what are you thinking there? Mineral sunblock, is that the winner?
Yeah, so in this type of photo, when you look at those brown spots on her face, those are being picked up by the ultraviolet light. Those are damaged spots. That's what Dr. Orden and I were just muttering about up here. The middle is with this particular product, and I think really interestingly, if we had a photo of what someone who's just using this in day-to-day life is probably using a lot less than what you're seeing in the picture. Because most of us, if you're spending $46 an ounce on it, you're probably putting a couple drops and being really sparing with it. So may not even get that middle photo. And then of course the mineral sunscreen, you can see that nice uniform, really dark color means it's shielding you, it's blocking that ultraviolet and deflecting it.
It is funny because, Drew, you brought up that part of when you buy an expensive facial SPF. I got a fancy one a couple months ago and came home and everyone was using it, putting it on their body, and I was so upset. It was like $70 for 2.5 ounces. It's like, no!
Well, that's me. With my wife's expensive skincare stuff, I stick my hand in it. What are you doing?
Oh.
Yeah.
So it was a one-time deal, all right? I got talked into it. I was at this fancy place, and I was at the airport. I had no SPF. I was going somewhere sunny, and I got talked into it. I know this is expensive, but you only have to use a little bit. This will last you 6 months. I'm thinking 6 months? Okay, so that's $10 a month for some good sunscreen. Not when someone puts it on their whole body.